By name, yes.
Okay, but what do you mean by name?
By name that my parents were Muslim.
Okay, so what's your story? Because you said to me your story is the opposite of mine.
Well, that was before all this came. That was I just.
Why does the story change when they come?
No, it's just that okay.
No, it's calm. It's
No,
nothing wrong with that.
I can start with your story.
Yeah.
Your story is that you were born here, or not born here, but you came
No,
here.
yeah.
Then you went around in England, Western culture. You enjoyed it a little bit.
Yeah, I went around. Yeah.
And then I think it was when you were a teenager or something. You started getting a dislike of this culture.
Living by. Oh, is he gone?
Yeah, he's gone.
Alhamdulillah, my daughter's got answered. By the Western values.
Yeah.
So according to the Western values, I lived based on some Western values that I was taught.
No, I'm not talking about values. I'm talking about the Western culture of music, drinking,
Well, yeah.
one night stand, fornication, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Values is different. Values is what these.
They call it values.
Yeah,
Okay.
whatever,
Yeah.
And then you didn't like that. Or you felt like it was a dislike to you.
Not dislike. It's just like there's a greater purpose to life.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So then you became a devout Muslim.
Yeah.
Sunni, right? Yeah.
From what age?
Around 23.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so you completely distanced yourself from the culture that you had previously lived.
Yeah.
I had a complete opposite experience,
Which is.
which was that I started off with being very devout, like you, not in the sense that I know everything in the Quran,
Okay. Neither
or
do I.
everything in the Hadith of the Sunnah, or
Neither
anything like
do I.
that.
Neither do I.
But just that I didn't drink, no fornication, no one night stands, no
Okay.
gambling, nothing,
Okay.
and I still basically live my life that way. But then as time went on,
Yeah.
I became a little bit more
Chilled out.
chill and loving of Western culture.
Okay. So okay. All right. Perfect. Okay.
In the beginning, I hated it,
Why did you hate it? Like I didn't hate it. It's just something I was like, there's a bigger purpose
but
in
when
that.
you want to implement Sharia, because you want to implement Sharia,
I mean, I would want Sharia for the whole
let's
world.
say you had 100% power tomorrow,
Yes.
you could do this.
Yes.
Would you turn this
Yes.
into Sharia?
Yeah. But it's not that simple. Like it's not like turn because you need to understand how the people like. It's about explaining to people what Sharia really is.
He said.
You get it? Like because Sharia to people they have a misconception.
Let me-
So I would have to
know,
tell
I
them
know,
what the
I
Sharia
know,
is.
I know.
Yeah.
Let me listen.
By far the power, yeah.
If you had 100%
Yes,
power, would
yes.
you ban music?
But about music, yeah.
So there would be no Despacito playing in the.
There won't be no concerts.
There will be no concert.
Yeah. Maybe Nasheed. There'll be a Nasheed show
But here's the problem.
without instruments.
But here's the problem you get.
Yeah.
When you do that, you know what you create?
What?
You create him.
Really? No, man. He would exist without
The
us.
hate. No.
He's innately a problem.
No. The hate these Iranian Persians have for Islam
Yes.
is unbelievable.
Exactly.
And that's because they didn't know their religion
Yes.
45 years ago.
Thank you.
Then somebody tells them, tricks them and says, this is Sharia.
Yes.
Their version of Sharia is
Exactly.
like paradise and, fornication. That's what they thought they was.
Yeah.
And then now they've had it for 45 years,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And so now this guy has gone completely insane.
Yeah. And his nose has gone big.
And that's what
Because
you,
I read
and
Quran,
if you,
that's right.
if you implement Sharia,
Yeah.
the same way in England or some other place,
Yeah.
the way they did it in Iran. I
Yeah.
know it's Shia, but
Yeah.
you're gonna create more of him.
No.
And you're gonna create more hate of the religion.
Let me tell you
I
why
love
not.
the Quran.
him?
I love the Quran. I
Okay.
love the religion, but I keep it distance from.
So you are a Muslim.
Well, only by name.
No,
Not,
what do-
I can't be the way you are.
No, that's fine. Do you believe in Allah?
You put him on the spot now.
No. Do you believe in Allah? No. Like, look. So if you say I'm agnostic, I used to, I don't anymore, it's fine. We can have a discussion. But do you believe in him now, or are you not answering because you have a doubt, or you're not answering for private reasons?
Just it's difficult to answer.
What's
Because I was
difficult to
born
answer?
in a Muslim family.
That's fine.
I
I was
like-
not. I was not born in a Muslim.
I'm not like one of these Westerners who become Islam. For them, it's very. I was born into this religion, so it's like it's very difficult to. And Sunni, like real Islam, not fake
Yeah.
kafir Shia. Sorry, kafir.
Okay, we can't say all Shia are
sorry.
kafir. That's
Yeah,
not-
but 100%.
No, can't say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's,
But you know what I mean.
no, I don't know what you mean. Yeah, you can't say that. So what I'm saying is this,
Okay,
though.
I
One
can say
second. So I'm trying to understand something, yeah? So my version of Islam, whatever you want to call it, what's wrong with it? Like, what's the issue with, like you said, if we
No,
was to
no.
bring Sharia, we
Nothing
would have
wrong
people
with
like
it.
him.
Nothing wrong with it. If everybody in England was like you
Yeah.
and didn't want to listen to music and things, the
Yeah.
thing is humanity is not like that. And also one thing, when you were a teenager, you did those things,
Yes,
right?
yes,
You
yes.
went and fornicated. Teenagers,
Okay, well, yeah.
didn't you?
I don't want to get into
Okay,
it.
but you experimented and you released the hormones in your brain and your
No,
body.
because I didn't know better.
But exactly. But if you implement Sharia and we have teenagers,
Yeah.
they still want to do the things that you
They,
already
they,
did.
they can get married. Look, you need to understand something. What's your name? Henry.
Henry. Don't want to say
You need to understand that Islam gives a solution. Islam doesn't come and puts restrictions in place and says you're not allowed to do this. That's the reason why Aisha Anha said, if Islam was to come with halal and haram, nobody would have come to Islam. Islam is there to nurture your iman. When your faith is built, because we do it the opposite way around. In today's time, we don't truly live by the Quran like the Prophet, peace be upon him, and the companions live. We think that if we go to somebody and say haram, 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 that's haram, that's haram. Brother, you need to make a person understand who Allah is, understand Tawheed, know who the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was. When iman enters the heart, the individual will himself let go of haram. This is the problem. So when you say we will have more people like him, that's wrong. Why? Because these individuals are troublemakers. You will have them regardless of how you portray or convey Islam. My point is the following. When Islam came to Mecca, yes, there were people like him. Yes. And yes, there's still a chance he can be guided. I'm not going to come and tell him he's doomed forever. There's a chance he can be guided. But the problem is this. It's a way how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, legislated. There was times where companions would come to Salah drunk or drinking. Why? Because the absolute prohibition was not there yet. Allah allowed time, gave them time. So the Sharia that you're talking about, Aki, is that you need to understand, if we convey it in the best way possible, if you come and say overnight changes, that's not going to happen. It can idealistically, but you need to understand that it took the Prophet, peace be upon him, 23 years, yes, to establish. For 13 years they were persecuted. Then the verse in Surah Hajj came telling them, now the permission to fight back is given to the believers. So I'm saying the idea that you have and the idea that we have, it's kind of different. That's why I'm telling you, the Islam that we have is there to convey to the people, and that's what we're doing. So I don't know what you liked. You said you liked about the Western values. What is it that what's beneficial about the Western values? I'm not saying all of them are not.
What you're doing now is
What is that?
This doesn't exist in the land of Sharia.
No, 1 second. So 1 second. In the land of Sharia, you can have discussion.
Yes, but you cannot criticize anything in the
No, of course, no, you can't. Yes.
Anything in the
no,
Hadith,
you can't.
anything in the Sunnah.
Yes,
anything
100%.
100%.
100%. 100%.
Anything you can.
And you can't do that anywhere. Go
Yes,
to
you
a
can.
no, you can't go to a
You
black.
can do it here.
No problem. Go to a black.
There's a woman going around saying the filthiest things about Prophet Muhammad right now. I saw her 2 months ago.
One second.
Yeah,
One
but
second.
she can do. I'm not saying point. She can do it.
No, listen to me carefully. Look, you are under the delusion of freedom of speech. Can
What
you
are
go
you
to
talking
a,
about?
let me explain. Can you go to a predominantly black area and say,
That's
you guys,
different.
Faulty analogy.
no, 1 second. Niggas. Can you say you guys are all
That's called faulty analogy.
That's racism. That's
good?
hate
Can you,
speech.
no, what will happen to you if you say that?
This is ideology. This is a way of living your life.
Baba, freedom of
A
speech,
skin color
Freedom
is
of
not
speech?
something you cannot do anything with that.
my friend.
This is an ideology.
What's freedom of speech?
Limited here. Freedom of speech.
What's freedom of speech?
Freedom of
The
expression.
freedom
The
to
freedom-
express
yes.
whatever you like,
Yes.
as long as you are not calling violence.
Yes.
Good.
The limitation,
Now,
that's what
if
it
you
is.
went to a predominantly Chinese area and
Yes.
started insulting them and being racist to them,
That's still different.
what would they do?
It's a faulty
That's different.
analogy.
They will turn you
Your
into a chow
analogy
mein.
is
That's
faulty.
different.
Listen to me.
That's ethnicity.
Faulty generalization.
Brother,
This is
I repeat again,
This is
Henry.
ideology.
Henry, hear what I'm saying.
Okay.
Don't listen to reply.
Henry.
Listen to
You're
that.
calling a brown Middle Eastern man
You
Henry.
told me to call you Henry.
I know. I'm not saying my real name.
Okay, good. So what I'm saying is this. Listen to me carefully.
Okay.
Freedom of speech is not just curtailed to religion. It is freedom of speech for anything, race, religion, whatever it is.
Okay.
Correct?
Yes.
So you cannot come and tell me that's different, it's racism. It's irrelevant. It's freedom of speech. It's freedom of speech. Why use, if I said, I want to use my freedom of speech to insult Asians.
Yes.
So if I do that in an Asian community, what would happen to me?
But I'm not
Here
talking.
you can, in the corner.
I'm not talking about any form of insult. I'm just talking about the fact that you can do it. I'm not saying like
Oh,
I
you
would
can't. The point I'm saying is you cannot do it. You're under the delusion that the Western world tells you can. If you go to France and insult the flag, you get jailed.
never. You can't. You can.
You get jailed. Yes,
Well-
a flag. Listen to me, my friend. These are things you do not know. Go to America, the Bible Belt, and I
Yeah.
dare you to say something against the Bible. I dare you to rip the Bible, brother. There'll be gunshot. Ta, 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 ta.
Yeah.
Before you know it, boom, you're sleeping. The point is this: you are under this assumption that the Western value is telling us we have freedom of
Okay,
speech.
Can
Brother, there is no freedom of
Can I-
speech.
can I-
There is no freedom of
can
speech.
some Hindus go to Saudi Arabia and do dawah for Hinduism in Saudi Arabia?
No, they can't. Can Muslims go
But
to?
you're doing dawah
One
in
second.
England.
One second. Can Muslims go to a Hindu nationalist area and do dawah to them?
One more time, slowly.
Can Muslims go to a predominantly nationalist Hindu area in India
Yes.
and do dawah?
No, of course not.
Why? Why?
They're gonna kill.
They get killed. So when the Hindu comes
that's
in an
India.
Islamic land, they don't get killed. They are not allowed.
But
In
I
India,
don't
you get
consider
killed.
India to be
Now,
the land
now,
of-
if I go to a predominantly white British nationalist area
Yes.
and I get the British flag
Yes.
and I set it on fire,
Yeah.
what will happen to me?
Very bad things.
Why? But what happened to freedom of expression? Where's the values? Because you're dealing with human beings.
Yes.
So why is it different when a Muslim gets upset? How dare you get upset? But when a Muslim does something similar, you are not
But
allowed to do
again,
it.
you are a master of communication. Wow. Let me tell you
I think you're talking about Muhammad
No,
Hijab,
no, I'm talking about you.
not me.
I think
Muhammad
you're better. I
Hijab.
think you're better than him.
Slobber the Gullion.
I think you're better than him.
Yeah. Not me, Muhammad
He's
Hijab.
too
Yeah.
educated for me. He's too Oxford. you know.
He's
You're-
smart. He's a
You're
smart.
much more my guy.
He's a champ. He's
Yeah.
a champ. Yeah.
But listen, I had a really good point before
I've no
you went
idea.
on before you went on that red. Is that
So do you understand what I'm saying?
yeah, I know. But I was talking about dawah. I was not talking about
Okay. Dawah is not allowed.
Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
100% Muslim.
You're not allowed.
Sunni.
You're not allowed.
I want to do dawah.
No,
for
you're not.
Hinduism
You're not allowed.
in Saudi Arabia.
You're not allowed.
But dawah is not.
Forget idol worship. Christians cannot do
But
it.
you were talking about burning the flag. Dawah is different from burning the flag.
I know, but hear me out. What I'm saying is, we as Muslims, we have no problem by saying you are not allowed to do this in Islamic lands. What you're making it seem is this: the Western world allows it, you guys don't. Now,
I never said you
that's
guys.
now. For example, let me give you an example. Yeah, I'm here doing dawah today, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so in an Islamic country, can a Christian do the same?
In
No.
an Islamic country.
In an Islamic, a real Islamic country,
Now, by the way,
according to runs to the
how
Sharia.
many countries are real Islamic countries? Tell me.
Okay,
Let
Let's
me
do
guess.
discussion.
Let me guess for you. Let me guess
This
for you.
discussion.
That will be Afghanistan,
okay, can be.
Taliban. Yeah, that's
Can be.
That's probably the closest.
Can be,
Yeah,
can
yeah.
be.
Saudi Arabia is not. Bin
No,
Salman is
no,
basically.
it is.
Yeah, but
It
Bin
is.
Salman, would you consider Bin Salman to be?
Yeah, he's a Muslim, but he can be a bad
Yeah, but
person.
he's turned Saudi into a discotheque. Basically.
No, look, that doesn't take him at the full of Islam.
Where there is
It's not
real
good.
poverty.
Am I
Now-
missing out the Saudis?
Now, hear me out. Let me answer your question. Yeah?
Yeah.
Now you're saying the following, yeah?
Yeah.
The Western world allows me to do dawah here.
Yes.
In an Islamic country, a Christian or a Jew cannot do this.
Yes.
Now, I'm telling you, if I have a garden and in my garden I have mangoes, and you have a garden, you're my neighbor,
Uh-huh.
and you have apples,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, I come and I say, can I have an apple?
Yes.
You say, yeah, sure, have whatever you like. You come and say to me, can I have a mango? I go, sorry, you're not allowed. Now, the point is this. If just because you allow it, why do I have to be like you? Now, that doesn't mean that's your values. The Western world has come and said, you are allowed to have the freedom of religion and preach it. Thank you very much. In an Islamic land, one second, in an Islamic land, you are not allowed to. Why? Because Islam has come, one of the things to protect is your religion.
Yes.
Why? Because your religion is something that will determine your eternal life. So we're not going to take your soul, put it at risk of some false information that's going to cause you to end up in the hellfire.
Yes.
So Islam has come to protect that. So now, if the Western world comes and says, we have decided that you are not allowed to preach religion anymore,
Yes.
I'll say, no problem, that's your right, sorry. That's your right. I'll say, I have no problem. I live under this law.
Yeah.
You don't allow it, I am leaving and going.
Listen, when you go on that rant, I don't know what you're talking about anymore. I had a point in my head, and then you went on this rant.
You ask me a question, answer it, and he forgets his
I don't
point.
even remember my question. What was my question? What was my
Let's
question?
talk about God. Let's talk about God. Why do you believe in God?
I don't believe in God
Okay, good. Okay, good. Let's talk about God. Why do you believe in God?
because I think it's a story, just the Islamic one.
Okay.
I think it's the story that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him,
Yes.
basically invented
Okay, no
after
problem.
he got some stories of the old Christian religion and
Okay.
the old Jewish religion,
Yeah.
because those two exist before.
Yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah.
And if you look at the Quran
Yeah.
and you look at the old Christian Testament, not the New Testament, but
Yes,
the New Christian, a lot of the Quran is basically the old Christian Testament, the original God.
Okay. All right, so where's the evidence for that?
Because the original name of Allah in before Allah was Yahweh, and they used to say it exactly the same way, Yahweh.
Okay, all right. So one second. What's your evidence that the Quran copied from the Bible?
No, I'm not saying copied.
Or
I'm
took,
just-
took the stories, the stories from that.
I just think that Islam, the Quran, is just basically a much more. It's basically the Arabs' version of Christianity and Judaism.
Okay, so the Judaism and Christianity that they have, in Judaism, number one, they believe they are the God's chosen people. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Christians believe in the Son, the Holy Spirit, and He died for your sins, and Jesus is God.
Yes. That's the
don't-
New Testament.
Yeah, we don't have that. We
I'm
don't.
talking about the Old Testament.
That's fine. No, even the Old Testament.
Before
still,
Jesus.
Still, in the Old Testament, there are certain things in there that do not correlate with Islam. Now, I'll give you one evidence, for example, that the Quran never copied from the Bible or any of the stories. The Quran came to correct it. Now, because they come from the same source, there's going to be information that is similar because the story is the same. The Quran came to protect the honor of the prophets because when you look into the Bible, it tells you Lut alayhi salam slept with his daughters, got them drunk and slept with their daughters. So Islam came to protect their honor and defend them and say this did never happen. So, for example, it actually proves the Quran and disproves your point that it copied from the Bible, which is what?
I never said copied. I said
Took
it's
stories,
basic-
okay.
I said-
Okay.
Yeah,
Stories,
you get the point.
Are you saying there's similarities?
I'm saying this is basically a newer version of Christianity.
No, it's not. This
Yes,
is
it
this
is.
is the final version.
This is 1,000 years later.
I don't care. The
In
Injil, the
Arabia.
New Testament came hundreds of years later.
Do you know why everybody in the world is not Jews? Do you know?
Because
Why am I not a Jew? Why are you
I don't
not
know.
a Jew?
You tell me.
Because Jews, you said it earlier too.
They're chosen. They believe they're the chosen people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're chosen. They're selfish. They're greedy.
Okay, good.
They don't share their religion. You are the opposite. You share
Good.
your
Well,
religion.
we have to.
The
It's for
Christian-
everybody.
But that's the exact reason you and I are not Jews. Everybody in the world would be Jews had the Jews, the original Israelites, shared their religion.
Okay, no
There will
problem.
be no Islam. There will
Okay.
be no
So
Christianity.
why are you not a Christian?
Because my religion was Islam.
Okay, good. But why not Christian now? Why do you want to be Christian?
Because even if I were to be religion, I would
Yeah.
still pick Islam
Good.
because I like it more than
Thank
the
you.
other
Good.
religions.
Look, let's stick to God. Yeah. Let's
Yes,
not
what's
get
the
it.
one I-
Now, if I prove to you God exists, would you believe it?
Allah. Say Allah.
Of
Don't
course,
say God.
of course,
I like
Allah.
Allah.
Who do you think I'm talking about?
Yes. The
Of course,
Almighty Allah.
of course.
Correct.
If I prove to you Allah,
God is the English.
I understand, but
Allah
you know,
is-
I'm trying to
Allah is
relate. I'm
powerful.
trying to relate to you, Henry.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
not-
okay. So, if I prove to you Allah exists, would you believe it?
Okay, I'll give you a chance.
Okay. What evidence do you require to believe in him?
Oh, now you put me on the spot.
I want to know. I don't know what's your. And it's like I'm a waiter. I'm telling you what do you want on the menu.
What can I say? I used to believe, now I don't believe.
Perfect. Now, before why you don't believe, what do you require to believe in Allah? Tell me.
I think I just became too educated.
No. If you became
This
educated,
this Western culture and information.
they made you. They made
I
you
read
more
too much Richard
uneducated.
Dawkins, too much Christopher Hitchens.
So that doesn't make you
Sam
intelligence.
Harris. They fucked up my brain.
Good. Alhamdulillah. That's exactly what they done.
They
Thank
turned
you.
me away from my
Alhamdulillah.
holy,
Good. Exactly.
beautiful
So
religion.
exactly.
Astaghfirullah.
Exactly. So what they did is you were in the fitrah. You was an
Yes.
intelligent person.
They made me a kafir.
They made you.
Say it. You can say it.
No, listen. No, yeah, we know you're a kafir.
Yeah, of course,
I'm not
yeah.
shy to say that.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
right.
but inshallah, you'll come back to Islam. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
So now, alhamdulillah, inshallah, you come.
Yes.
So now the point is this: what do you require? Because now your glass has been polluted.
Yes.
You see the glasses you have.
You see
It's
my
got
eyes?
tints, kind of. But if you take your glass off, you see properly. That's what Islam will do. Once you take off those
because I
glasses
can't
that have
see
been
the-
given to you
the
by
light
Richard
is too-
Dawkins.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about something else here.
Yeah.
Now, tell me what do you require to believe? Do you want to see? Do you want to hear? Do you want a miracle? What do you want?
But Ali, you gotta go to Saudi and do some dawah. A lot of these Saudis
Brother, why are you talking
atheists.
about Saudi, man?
No, I meant a
Man,
lot
I don't
of
care.
people
Allah's not
from
going to ask me about Saudi. I'm talking to you.
Yeah, but you want to save me and from the life.
No,
of
I
Prophet.
can't save you. I'm just do dawah. I can't change your heart.
Like
Tell
you want
me.
to save a couple of these Muslims in the West who are
Brother, I
living
don't
their
want to save.
religion.
I'm trying to save myself and
Only
my family.
me?
Like Allah says in the Quran.
Okay.
Tell me, what do you need evidence? What do you want?
I don't know, Ali.
Okay, let me give you an example. Do you have a phone?
I have.
Okay.
Are you gonna do the who
Yes.
created
Yes,
this?
yes,
Are
yes.
you gonna do
Yes,
that
can I
one?
see your phone?
I've seen-
Can I see your
I've
phone?
seen-
Can I see your phone?
I've seen you done this many times.
And what's your point? Just because you've seen it, does it
Are you gonna do this
it
one?
works.
Yeah.
Okay, good. What phone is this?
This is S21 Ultra.
Okay, good. It's a nice phone. Okay.
It's a nice one.
Have you gone to the factory?
I know what you're gonna say.
Have you gone to the factory? Okay. Is this phone designed?
Yes. By
Does it
humans.
have a
Really
purpose?
smart people in
That's-
Korea.
Okay. Is it designed by humans?
In Korea.
Does it have a purpose?
Yes.
Okay. And it's designed, yeah?
It's designed.
Okay, good. Have you gone to the factory?
In Korea.
Yeah.
It exists in Congo, yes.
That was
No, I have not.
That
I've
was
never been to
that was
Korea. Why am I thinking?
that was the longest I heard in my
No, I
life.
have not.
Yeah. So you haven't.
No.
So how did you come to the conclusion that it's designed and it has a purpose and it has a design?
Because it's created by really smart people from Korea.
Have you met them?
They work for Samsung.
Have you met them?
No, but I can see them on YouTube.
One second.
I can see.
One second. Have you gone to YouTube and seen them?
Yes.
Okay.
Like
When?
I've seen you.
No, one second. Brother, I'm not Korean.
No, but I've seen you on YouTube.
I know, but I didn't make your phone.
Yeah.
So now I'm telling you this. You believe your phone has a purpose, it's designed, and it has a designer.
Exactly.
You did not go and see these Koreans. And why do you
Yes.
keep saying Koreans? I don't know why Koreans, yeah? Okay,
So amazing to hear you do it in
one
real
second,
life.
one second. Thank you. So what I'm saying is this: yeah, he's a funny guy. Koreans, you didn't go to the factory, yet you believe that it has a designer. Why? How? Because you're using what?
My brain. I don't know.
Brilliant. You're using your basic logical faculties to come to certain conclusions, which is what? This phone has a shape. My phone has a shape also as well. It has a shape. Yes, it has a design. It exists. It's a pattern. So I come to the conclusion, I don't need to go to the factory. You said you can go, but you believe in it without going. So you believe that your phone is designed, has a design and has a purpose, and you have not gone and seen these Koreans or the Chinese or whatever.
Yeah.
You haven't gone to the factory.
Yes.
Meaning you have used your internal logical rational faculties to come to conclusions. Now, I want you to do the same thing. Stop. I want you to look in the mirror to yourself.
Yes.
Are you more complex or your phone?
I am more complex.
Good. So then I have to rationally conclude the following. Phone is designed, has a design, has a purpose.
Yes.
You are more complex, therefore you should have a
designer.
good,
Allah.
perfect, good.
Yes.
So now, do you have DNA?
Yes.
Okay, does
Listen.
DNA have information?
Sure.
Okay, information requires intelligence.
Yes.
Good. So this is the reason why we say there has to be God.
Yes.
There has to be an intelligent design because now we're given attributes. We're going from deism to theism. We are given attributes. Number 3, this universe is far more complex than you. So therefore, that means this Allah has to have the power and the will to create the universe.
Have you remembered all this to say? You have
Practice Muhammad Hijab, a lot of practices.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's like me talking to him.
So
It's like I close
amazing
my
how
eyes,
you
it's
do
like Muhammad Hijab here.
Because you were
Yeah.
saying it word
Yeah.
for word in the way I've seen it in the
Yes.
videos. You're not missing one bit. It's amazing.
Yeah.
You're doing it.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're giving me 2 gas now.
Talent.
I have to throw dust in your face.
Listen, you're
Yes.
talented. Yeah.
Anyways, thank you.
Anyway.
The point of this, does that not make logical sense to you that God exists? Think
Listen,
about it. Don't look. Just
if
think about
Allah
it. Absorb.
exists, let me speak now.
Yes.
If Allah exists,
Yeah. Say Subhanahu wa Taala. He was very about to say. it.
Yeah. The Almighty Allah, I know that
Yeah.
He probably. Can we say He to Allah?
Yes. In the
Is it he?
majestic sense. Yeah.
Yeah. He probably is very, very nice and very, very smart. If he actually is the way you're describing, the creator of
He has
all,
to be, ultimately.
Yeah, exactly. So he's unbelievably smart. So
We
that
don't
means
use
I
the
don't
word
have-
smart.
beyond any kind of whatever.
comprehension. Yeah.
And also, I think he's nice. I don't think he'll
Of course.
put anyone in hell.
Allah says in the Quran, every chapter except
also-
one, the most merciful, the very merciful.
Oh, let me give you this.
Why do you want to throw you in hellfire? Why'd you get this? Where'd you get this from?
This is why I left. I remember why I left Islam. It's the concept of hellfire.
Oh, perfect.
Now I
Good.
came back to me.
But look, you accept that God exists. Now, what is the reason why you're rejecting him? Allah
Let's
exists.
go to hellfire.
Okay, let's go to hellfire.
Let's go
I
to
mean, not literally. May Allah protect
Living
us.
Jedi is very nice, okay?
Yes.
But hellfire,
Yes.
all eternity, you're burning, the most torturous.
Yes,
Like the worst thing humans do when they exist is torture. Like nothing. else
Like
is
what
worse.
Israel's doing.
Well.
Yeah.
Don't get me into that conflict, please.
No, I'm not. What Israel doing? Yeah, the genocide. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's your words.
Yeah.
But
Is that not true?
What?
Are you in denial? Is that not true?
Don't get me into that. Let me stay.
My friend, you're talking about hellfire, people burning. You're upset about that. And you left Islam. Israel is doing, it and you're all over the place. Is it wrong or right? Are they not doing that?
What Israel is doing is.
Oh, you live
horrible.
do you live in Norway? Are you scared?
Israel is. I'm not scared.
Are they committing a genocide?
No. Listen,
Are they committing a genocide?
I have a lot of Palestinians in my area.
No,
Don't
that's
get me
fine.
into trouble.
It's like me saying I have a lot of
I
black
have a lot
friends. I'm
of
not
Palestinian
racist.
friends. So don't get.
That's fine.
But listen, I don't support Israel, and
Are they committing a genocide?
you support Palestine.
Yes,
only on
alhamdulillah.
one reason.
Alhamdulillah.
You know what?
What?
The Allah scam mosque. That's the only thing
Sorry?
you care about.
No,
You care about the
no.
mosque.
If
You
this
don't care about the Palestinians.
was happening to the Christians, I would do the same.
Excuse me.
If it was happening to the Christians, I'll do the same. If it was happening to Jews, I'll do the same. If it was happening to Hindus,
Okay,
I'll
I'll
do
give you a
the
good
same.
example. The Islamic terrorist regime in Iran, right? The murderous regime in Iran. They kill their own people every day from morning
What's that
to
got to
night.
do with this?
Excuse me. Oh.
1 second, man. It's helping you point.
They kill their own people, right?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay, but they care so much about the Palestinians. Why? Because they're mentally brain damaged Shia maniacs who care about that mosque. They hate the fact that the Zionists have control.
Okay.
And you are the same.
I'm just saying,
you are the
is Israel
same.
committing
Excuse me,
genocide?
You are the same. You don't care about. You know how you don't care about the Palestinians.
Don't speak on my behalf, please.
You don't care about Kurdish people. I've never heard you
Okay.
close to the Kurdish. You don't care about.
I
You don't
do.
say about
There's reasons.
the Chinese who are putting 1 million.
I do.
It's always about- 1 second.
I do.
You always attack Israel because the Palestinians are actually
Yeah.
a victim of you brainless Muslims here in the West and the world, because
Okay.
you forced them into a situation where
Okay.
they're up against the. Excuse me.
Let him,
When
yeah.
they're up against the machine, the Palestinians have no chance against Israel, no chance in hell. So what you do when you force them into a position where they have to defend themselves in this way,
So
they're going to get wiped out.
So basically, you're justifying a genocide
not
by
just-
saying that we are forcing them into a position.
No.
So one
He's
second,
saying,
are
why
they
don't
committing
you do
genocide?
something?
I'm saying
How
the
can I do
Palestinians-
something?
The Palestinians for 70 years
Yeah.
should have done everything they can to do diplomatic relations
Diplomatic?
with,
Are you
with
kidding me?
Israel and try
Are you-
to bring,
are you kidding me?
Yes, because when you go into Israel after, excuse me,
1 second.
2 hours, you go into Israel 2 hours,
Yeah.
you rape a woman with an iron stick.
What
you
TV
put her on camera.
what TV are you
And you
watching?
get your people to
What-
spit on her
what-
body
what-
while they scream Allah
Okay, 1
Akbar.
second.
What
That's
do you
fine.
think that Netanyahu sees that on camera?
That's
What
fine.
do you think he's going to do?
Where's your
Oh, look at these poor Palestinians.
1 second, 1
They're
second.
raping a woman and they're speaking in 100 dead
That's
bodies.
fine.
That's.
Thank you. So now can you prove that, please?
But let's go back to hellfire.
No, let's prove that, please.
What?
You
I'm
just
not a supporter of
one
Israel.
second, no, 1 second. Let's just prove that, please.
What?
You just made this bogus claim that the Hamas or Palestinians went and
Killed
raped,
1,300
killed.
people.
Oh, 1,300 people that were killed by who? Their own.
400 of
One
them were
second.
killed by their own.
One second. No. Majority of them were killed by their own fire because they have the Hannibal directive, which if
But
you know,
even if
do you know what that
that's
is? Do you know what
true,
that
even
is?
if
Do
that's
you know what that
true,
is?
it's still-
1 second. The fact that you're here,
But even
the
if that's
fact that
true,
you're
that's
here, listen to
still
me.
to blame on
The fact that
Hamas.
you're here defending Israel.
No, I'm not.
Listen,
Don't do that on camera.
listen to me.
You're thinking,
The
I
fact
do
that
not
you're
support
here,
Israel.
you cannot call it a genocide.
No, no,
You
no,
are
no.
here blaming the Palestinians. You made a bogus story of a woman being raped. You know what it shows? It shows, my friend, listen to me. What Israel is doing, you know what that shows me?
Not
That
true.
shows me, again, look, it shows me how
Not true,
biased you are.
YouTube.
How biased you are.
Not true,
Look,
YouTube.
look, this is how biased you are.
I
You
love
are-
Palestinians.
You love
Palestinians
Israel.
are the best
You love
people.
Israel.
Palestinians
You love
are good
Israel.
people.
You love Israel. Anyway, let's
I
go.
hate
Listen.
Israel.
No, you don't. It's,
Okay,
it's,
I
it's
don't
clear.
hate Israel.
It's
But
clear.
let-
It's clear.
but listen,
You live. Look, listen. You live in Norway.
Yes.
You care about your Western values
No.
and your world.
No,
You
no,
don't want
no.
it to be touched. You're upset, so that's why
I
you
have
have to
Palestinian
appease.
friends. I have
You have to
Palestinian
appease.
friends.
It's like somebody saying I have black friends and they're racist. Yeah.
You have
Okay.
black friends?
Yeah, it doesn't
You have
work.
black
Yeah.
friends?
Okay. Listen
You
to
have
me.
black friends?
My
You
friend.
have one,
My
yeah?
friend.
You have black
My
friends?
friend. I have black friends. Yes, but I'm not racist. So it's clear. It's clear. This is the reason why you can see how you're taking the side of a regime that is absolutely massacring men, women, and children. And subhanallah,
You
after
cannot
that.
talk like that.
Anyways,
You cannot say somebody
let's
takes the side
listen,
of
my
a
friend,
regime.
hellfire. Let's talk about what
Hellfire.
I don't know nothing about you, but anyways, what's your reason that you left? It was hellfire. What's wrong
Yeah,
with
that's the
hellfire?
thing. I was talking about torture.
What's wrong with
I was talking
hellfire?
about torture before you went to Israel.
Yeah, exactly.
Torture.
Which they are doing.
You go back to Israel all the time.
That's what they're doing. I know it's hard for you.
How many Kurds have Erdogan killed?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know. Many.
Well,
Maybe
you
many.
know.
Maybe many.
Well, you know.
Maybe many.
And you're Kurdish.
Maybe many. Yes, I'm
And you're
Kurdish. Yes, I'm Kurdish. Yes.
Camera, this is a Kurdish
Yes.
guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is
Thank
why
you. So now,
this is
so
why-
now,
this is
so my
yeah,
friend,
because he's an Islamist.
myself, listen.
He's an Islamist.
Also a jihadi.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Anyways, yes.
'Cause you don't care
Islam
about
is jihadi.
Yeah.
Good.
'Cause you
Okay.
care all
Now,
the world and the
my friend,
people that
my
are
friend,
KKK.
my friend, my friend.
But you don't even care
my
about your
friend.
own
I don't support Erdogan. So I don't know what you're talking about. Now,
You didn't answer my question.
I don't support Erdogan. Now
How
listen to
many
me.
has he killed?
Listen to me. Listen, Turkey has killed many Kurds. One of the reasons why I don't speak Kurdish is because of that.
Exactly.
So now what I'm telling you is, instead of going, I'm not a nationalist.
Yes.
My nationalism is not going to help me when I go into my grave. Now you said hellfire. What's wrong with hellfire?
It's torture for all eternity.
Good, alhamdulillah. What's the problem?
Let's say Allah creates a human being.
Yes.
Creates a human being.
Yes.
And then Allah says, go live your life freely, right?
Not freely.
Not freely, but
Yeah.
Allah knows what's going to happen prior to what.
Yes.
Like Allah created Hitler, right?
Yes.
Allah created Hitler?
Yes.
Okay, Allah created Hitler. So Allah knows he's going to kill 6 million Jews.
No.
Why would Allah
Allah-
create him?
Allah has created him. Allah has created his action.
Why would
Allah
he
has
create
willed
him?
it. It's his decision to do that.
But why would Allah create somebody who's going to kill 6 million Jews?
For example, okay, look, your argument is the following. It's pre-written, it's not my fault. So what that means is this is called hard determinism, which is that a rapist will not blame himself. He will say this was pre-written. Do you know atheists believe in destiny?
I don't know.
Okay, it's called hard determinism, meaning that everything has been written. So a rapist can go scot-free, a murderer can come and say, this was written and I done it. External factors played a role in me killing or raping. Is he justified? No, he'll be accountable. So we are accountable. What's wrong with hellfire?
Hellfire.
Yeah.
What's wrong with it is that
Like
Hitler,
for people like Hitler, what's wrong with hellfire?
let me explain.
Yeah.
Hitler can say to Allah,
No, he cannot.
let me speak now. Unless Hitler's dead now, right? He's
Yeah.
killed 6 million Jews.
Yeah.
He created the worst catastrophe in human history.
No. Actually, that happened in Congo by King
Okay,
Leon,
I know. Okay,
King
right.
Leopold II,
Okay, fine.
who killed 10 million Congolese. Yes, that
I'm
was
talking about the death of 60 million people. Because all
6 million, and then 10 million
60
Congolese as
million
well.
died because of-
So just because you've been fed something, that was wrong as well. I'm not saying, but I'm saying, that, please, there's many things happen. Yeah.
Okay, let's take Hitler. Okay,
Yeah.
Hitler's dead now.
Yes.
He's now facing God or Allah, whatever.
Yes.
And he has to explain his actions before he goes to hellfire, right?
Okay, yeah, let's go with that. Yeah.
Hitler can turn around and say to Allah, why did you create me?
No, sorry. Zero
Why did you
excuse.
create me?
Zero
Yes,
excuse.
yes, he can. He
Zero
can say,
excuse.
excuse me. He can say to you, you knew what I was going to do before I did it.
No.
And
It
also,
doesn't work like
excuse
that.
me. He can say, what gives you the audacity to create me?
You don't know our theology. Listen to me.
No.
You don't know our theology. It
What
doesn't work
gives
like that.
Allah the power to create you?
My friend, listen to me. Allah can do what He pleases. Yes. Now,
Says who?
it's like a mother who gave birth. It's like a mother who gave birth to a child, and a child slaps her, and he goes, "You cannot say something to me because why did you give birth to me?"
Mother is not all-knowing.
So the point is what? The point is this: just because Allah has determined and knows doesn't mean we don't have accountability. We have a free will to do what we want.
But if
Do
he
you understand?
goes against it, then
So,
Allah will stop him
so
and say,
one
"Why
thing that we
didn't
know
you
in our
kill?"
religion is this: Allah is never unjust to any of His servants. None of them. Meaning, they had the free will to do what they had to do. So you don't even know about Islam. I don't even know if you was a Muslim.
See, now
I don't know. I don't know.
I know what you're gonna do. Now.
I don't know anything about
I know
you.
what you're gonna do.
That's right.
You start.
You just
talking-
came here. You called about
Excuse me,
Henry. You
excuse
defended
me,
Israel.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk.
Yeah.
What you do is first you try to meet a Muslim who used to be ex-Muslim or whatever.
Claim.
Claim.
Yeah.
You first start to talk to them, and then what you do is you try to bring them back to Islam. And
I don't like
excuse me.
Hey.
One second. Long into the conversation, when you realize that this person is impossible,
That's
you
right.
go on the attack of, oh, this you were never Muslim. Blah, blah,
I never
blah,
said
blah,
I don't know
blah,
who you
blah,
are.
blah. I told you.
I said I
told
don't know who you are.
I told you.
I don't know who you are.
You know, I'm
It's a
Kurdish.
fact.
I speak Kurdish.
But I don't know who you are.
Unlike you.
Do you know me? Do you know me?
I could have this conversation with you.
I'm not going to be asked what language
Why
I'm.
don't you do dawah to me in Kurdish?
Because I don't speak
Dawah
Kurdish.
in Kurdish.
Okay, so there you go. You're
want the Quran
a Kurdish. You're a Kurdish nationalist.
No.
That's what you are.
No.
And let me tell you something.
no.
You are. You're
My
from
country is
Iran.
Norway. My country is Norway.
You're from. Your country's not Norway.
My country
My
is
friend,
Norway.
if they decide to
My
deport
passport is
you, they're
Norway.
going to deport you.
They will
Yeah.
not.
Okay. They're not going to say no way. They're going to say go back to your country, mate. Okay. Go back to your country, mate. Okay. Go back to where you came from. Okay.
Yeah, bro.
So don't think you're Western
By the way,
just because you talk like
I have
them
a
and
quick
look like them.
question. I have a
Okay.
quick question.
Before the quick question.
No.
Why are you attacking
Yeah.
him?
Ali, do you really? This is
You know
not.
that meme on TikTok? You don't have to pray or believe in
So now
Allah.
you
Yeah,
understand.
No.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I have a really good question for you.
Go ahead.
This is for all, everybody.
Everybody,
It
yeah.
has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
But do you think that one of the reasons that there's a lot of radical Muslims who
Like me, jihadists.
No, not you. Not you.
No,
You
jihadists.
are actually very calm.
Yeah.
Who want to they hate the West so much,
No.
like the hate they have for the West.
Yeah.
England. Excuse me. And
No, why are you saying excuse me? Let the lady speak.
excuse me.
does that.
Let's speak.
Excuse me. And
You got more sass than my mum.
yeah.
What does she want to say? I want to hear what she said.
I can't, because I can.
No,
I'm not
let-
like
But you're
you.
stopping the freedom
I'm
of
not
speech.
trained- I'm not trained like you. I have to have my.
Oh, focus.
I
He needs to focus.
I forgot my. Yeah. Do you think that you were talking about go back to your country, right?
Yeah.
You were talking about go back to your country.
But he keeps touching him.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I see Muhammad Hijab.
Look at Ali Dawah's supporters.
By the way, lady, why don't you go live in Afghanistan and see if you can walk like the way you're doing now?
So what?
See what they
Okay.
will do to you.
Okay.
You'll be 6 feet.
One second.
It's always funny seeing
One
these
second. He
ladies.
made a claim. One second. He said that. One second.
Go leave.
One second.
Go live in Afghanistan.
Sister. One second. One second, sister. One second, brother. One second. He just said to her sister.
It
Sister.
does matter.
Ali, forget that. Ali.
Sister, ignore it. So you made a claim. You said, okay, let's see if it's correct. So now, my friend, you made a claim that if this sister was walking, listen to me,
Yes.
hi there. You made a claim that if this sister who's not wearing the hijab was walking in Afghanistan, she'd be buried 6 feet under and she'd be killed.
Yeah.
Okay, one second. One second. Where in Islam? One second. Where in Islam does it say that?
Go to Kabul
One second.
and walk
my
like that.
friend, my friend.
My mum walked in
Where
Kabul
in
with
Islam?
a hijab.
One second, brother.
See what the Taliban does.
Brother,
to you.
brother. Where in Islam does it say that there is a capital punishment for a woman walking with no hijab?
Don't start that. Don't start that.
First, she will get raped.
Can you play 1 second? Can you show me where in the Quran or Sunnah does it say that a woman has to be get a capital punishment for that?
Ali, I don't know Ali. I know.
So why are you lying?
I love the Quran.
So why are you lying? So why are you lying?
I love the Quran.
You're a liar. Shut up. So don't talk. Don't talk nonsense. There is no prescribed punishment for a woman that doesn't wear a hijab.
I was going to talk about racism before this woman came up.
Listen, you're a disrespectful person.
You know my country is the
I'm
only country that
Disrespectful.
accepts.
You're being rude.
No.
You are being
That's
rude.
a kafir.
Listen,
That's not a Muslim.
I don't care if she's a kafir or not. I don't care.
It's the only country that
There-
recognises
there is no
Kurdistan.
country.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway,
Okay.
go look.
No,
Go
I
to
have
Norway.
I have one question. But that was okay. I was going to say, these radical Muslims. in
Like
the
me,
West,
yeah.
Do you think that the reason they became the way they became
Yeah.
is because of all the racism that they experienced early on? Like, go back to your country, all this. Do you think that's why you became the way you became?
I don't know.
Because I didn't experience that. And
I
love
became who
Norway.
I became because I saw the truth and I realized there's a bigger purpose to life.
So it's not because of all the racism in England?
No.
All
What are
the
you on
go
about?
back to your country?
No, I don't care, man.
You need to realize-
uncivilized.
You need to realize that every
Anyway,
single
thank you.
religion there is
Thank you
in
very
this
much.
whole entire world has an extremist side.
Yeah.
Don't just come and say Muslims
That's what
are
he's talking to one of
or
them.
Jews are extremists.
That's what
If they
he's
see
talking
me,
to
they will
one
kill
of
me because
them.
I'm not a Jew.
Yeah, exactly.
There's Christian extremists. There's Buddhist extremists.
If you called me Mohammed hijab,
Anyway, what's your conclusion, sir?
Conclusion is you need to go back to school.
Where?